I genuinely feel like I bring something to the table
Mhm.
for my clients. That's
So I'm super excited to be here this morning to spotlight some of my agents because, we've helped over 200 families so far this year, and we're on pace to help about 350 families. And that doesn't happen as a result of me. That happens as a result of you guys helping your clients. So I want to shed a little light on some of the agents that we have at the office. You've been in the business for quite some time. Why don't you tell people, introduce yourself, and
Wayne Bellemare,
how long you been in the real estate game?
about 15 years now.
50. And you've done it all. You actually had your own company at one point in time.
I owned a brokerage, a franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started out actually flipping houses when I still had a corporate job. So that was my intro to real estate. Always loved it. I bought my first property when I was 19. I was a nerd about real estate, even when I was in college.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. So
one of the interesting things, it's how do you go from the corporate world into real estate? Because I was trying to get out of prison. Everybody knows that story. I was working in the prison. I was looking for a way to get out. I got a 12th grade education, right? So I had no skills. And it's like, here you had a big corporate job. And what got you to transition into real estate?
I loved what I was doing in the corporate world. It was sports related.
Yeah.
I worked for Adidas.
Yeah.
We had a suite everywhere. My son
fringe benefits. Yeah.
Yeah, my son was spoiled from the word go as far as watching sports. But there came to a point where for me to move up, I had to relocate my family.
Yeah.
And it would come up every 6 months. I could get a promotion, but you got to live somewhere. I love living here. It's where my family is, where I raise my kids. I had no interest in leaving. Then the other thing was we actually had an executive, the president of our division. He was named Sporting News one of the top most powerful people in sports under 40. But being a public company, I saw what he made. And, he was at this level, like national accolades, and it wasn't, he wasn't tearing it up. He was doing well, obviously. Yeah. But, you realize that, if you're going to draw a salary, someone else gets to say whether it's a go or not. So it was just time.
What do you love most about real estate?
First of all, I think I really think I'm good at it, which means I genuinely feel like I bring something to the table for my clients. That's but I always understood real estate. Like, I don't understand the stock market. I don't. Real estate, I get it. I get what makes things go up in value. I get what people can do with it. You go and you buy a stock tomorrow, you're just praying that the board does the right thing. You go buy a house tomorrow, you could actually add value regardless of what the market does. You control that asset. And that always attracted me to real estate, is how much the individual investor controls the value of the asset.
Well, I can tell you this from a leadership standpoint, you are really good at this, and it's a pleasure to have you around. You're one of the guys in the company that your peers, including myself and your peers, consider you a leader. It's really, really good to have you around. You are really good at this. Your ethics can't be, your ethics and morals are peak. And that's what really a joy to watch you. It seems like you're flourishing in the environment. You came over, we've been working together now not even a year.
No, 10 months.
And it was a big, months. And you had an opportunity to pick wherever you wanted to go. What made you decide to join my company at that point?
So honestly, and that's not, being a bootlicker, that's just, I've known you. You probably don't even remember. My first deal that I ever wrote up was an offer. I worked for a company. They had no idea what they were doing. I was completely on my own. And I submitted an offer to you, and I didn't even know how to fill it out. And I said, that my company would be holding the escrow deposit. And you were just like, all right, let me show you how it works. And we sat down, and you're like, that ain't going to happen. And from that day, like, you've always just, not even working for the same company, you've always been supportive and, just different. You could drive around, the brokerages everywhere. it just seemed like this was different. So, and what I found, I mean, I kind of knew what to expect. Yeah, at the end of the day, you need to take care of your clients to
Yep.
have a business. Like
Yep.
I don't care what new shiny object comes along, and I feel like I never have to compromise that. It's the way it's done here.
hmm
So it just gelled. It was an easy fit. I come over, I do an outstanding job for my clients. That's what everybody else in the company does, and it was I feel like I should have been here for 15 years.
I don't remember that, but believe me, I wish you were with me for 15 years too, but I don't remember that transaction. I do remember having lunch at the Black Whale.
Oh, this
Do you
was
remember that?
yes, I do. This was years. It was literally my
Way
first
before- I don't even remember
my
that.
first offer ever.
So we've made a lot. So it's funny. So one of the things I talk about all the time is like, there's not a whole lot of changes, right? I've always done the same thing. 23 years, right? The process is really, the sales process has really been the same. Along the way, you sprinkle in some new technology, right? But the core concept, the philosophy behind it, the process itself really doesn't change, right? And so I don't like change. This year's been a year of change. We had a big problem with the CRM, that froze up and we were without it 3 or 4 months, 3 or 4 weeks, excuse me, never mind 3 or 4 months, 3 or 4 weeks. Then we made the move out of Boomtown over into Fall Boss and then switched the IDX website, right? And so we're finally getting back on track with that, right? And now there's a big pivot, a big change, we've partnered up with LPT Realty. What's got you excited about that?
So I mean, I said early on, it sounds like a self-serving cliche. I just want to do a good job for my clients. And with LPT, the tools, I know there's other dynamics to it. The tools are there. This is all stuff that when I list a house, these are things I was doing and just trying to cobble this together. And now I literally just hit a button and I get an entire marketing kit of what I have been doing anyway. It's just slicker. It's so, at the end of the day, I get to do a better job for my clients. That's what I want to do.
And I was watching you. It was like when I got the box, and I think you were probably one of the first people I showed. I think you were the first person I showed the box. So you're like, whoa, this is what I've been looking. This is what I do, but I have to do it all on my own and different vendors, and the cost is crazy. We get it for free. We pay for shipping, and that's it. But it's again, from my position, it's it's a challenging when you're running an organization of 30 some odd personalities, right? So it's always nice for me to have people that I can count on, like you, that have a good your thought process is, it's not quick to judge, right? You take the information in and you articulate it really, really well. You give it some time, and then I really value your opinions. And it's awesome to have you around. So I really appreciate, and I'm looking forward to this next move. I'm looking forward to watching you grow your business. I'm looking forward to helping you grow your business. So in ending this, do you have anything else you want to share with people?
No, I appreciate the kind words. What I will say is there's I don't want to call it a generation, but there's a whole group of agents out there who've never really had to sell a house, right? It's been easy.
Just hang the sign.
Just hang the sign and wait for the offers to come in. The marketing with LPT, it's almost an instruction kit. Open up the box, do what you're supposed to do, empty the box, and you will be a phenomenal listing agent. You will be doing a good job for your clients. And we're going to need that coming up as the market normalizes.
On that, before we wrap this up, because you've been in the business quite some time, so this is not new to you, right? With the whole change, right, with the NAR changes, how do you feel going through that change? Do you feel like you were prepared? Do you feel good about it?
Oh, yeah. I think our entire office felt confident. But what's really startling is when you're talking to people. I saw somebody last week at a restaurant, a broker.
Yep.
And she said, "Oh, I'm trying to get out of the business. I'm done with these changes." And that's really the sentiment in a lot of offices
Across the board.
And because we were prepared and we trained for it, it's a positive. It's a positive in that we may not get every client, but the ones that we get, again, it's all about customer service. Now I can hold your hand. We're committed, and we could take a deep dive together. So I think from a customer service standpoint, I think it's going to be better. And our office compared to some of the things I've heard out in the field, I mean, I feel bad for some of these other agents because it's scary. If you
If you
don't
don't know
know
what you're
what's
doing.
going on and you don't really understand it and you can't articulate it to a consumer, it's a scary change.
See, you're a professional. I'm a professional, right? And so, as professionals, when the change came out, I was licking my chops because I'm like, now I'm no longer handicapped or handcuffed to what a listing broker is going to, how that's going to work. I get an opportunity to get what I'm worth. And that's what's happening. So the professionals are rising, and the amateurs, it's going to be tough for them. It's going to be really, really tough. So, again, man, we'll close out. Just really good to have you, and I'm really looking forward to what the future holds for us together.
Happy to be part of it, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.